This is what makes me. This is what I am, feel me?
You can hate me now,
QB,
but I won't stop now.
real against
Cause I can't stop now.
brave heart.
You can hate me now.
Hey you guys, it's Quiebra Vaughn, aka Coach Key. I know things have been a little bit crazy over the last 24 hours after I've announced to everyone that I am no longer an IBO with WakeUpNow. I've seen all of you guys' comments. There are specific reasons why I did not decide to reply to any of them. I've seen all of you guys' inboxes, and although I've not inboxed anybody back yet, I will be doing so pretty soon. I haven't even started to sift through them, but really I just really wanted to come and make this video because I've watched the industry for a long time, and I've noticed that a lot of times when leaders or top earners, whatever word you want to use, when they decide to transition elsewhere, a lot of times they refuse to be transparent with the people who follow them and the people who trust them. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm not like that. I try to keep it real as much as I possibly can, and I really feel like it's my responsibility to basically just let you guys know why certain decisions were made and why basically everything kind of ended up the way that it ended. This is not intended to be a bash video. I have no reason to bash WakeUpNow. WakeUpNow has given me the life that I live now. I've retired from my nursing career and all of that good stuff, and I'm very grateful for all of the friendships, the relationships, my team. I'm very grateful for all of the experiences, the mentors that I've met, you know, the people who have kind of come and go during my journey. I appreciate all of that stuff, but at the end of the day, it doesn't sit well with me for me to keep people kind of like, okay, so why did she do this? And so basically, to let you all know, I basically was terminated from the company because I made the decision to pursue other business avenues because we have been dealing with system issues for the last 15 months. We've been dealing with merchant problems for the last 7 months, 7 months. And that has basically caused us a lot of the top earners and a lot of the leaders to lose tons of volume. We lost our ranks. We've lost everything pretty much, and we've lost our teams involuntarily. And the biggest thing that didn't sit well with me was the fact that we as the field were blamed for months and months. No matter how many times we went to corporate and gave them different scenarios and all of these other things, you know, we basically were blamed for everything. We were told that we weren't recruiting the right people. We were told that we weren't doing this right. We weren't doing that right. And basically after several months, we finally had a call in which all of the founder 4s and above, or it might have been founder 5s and above, were allowed to get on the call. And then finally we find out that the same things that we've been reporting for months, those were really the issues that caused everything to kind of go backwards. And so for me, it's not really the fact that there are issues, because every company is going to have issues, and that's what I want everybody to understand. Whether you're a rookie in the industry, you've been in for a little bit, you've never really seen success, understand that every company is going to have some issues. So that's not really my problem. But just like a relationship, when you have certain issues going on in your relationship and you feel like your spouse is keeping things from you, or maybe they're blaming you for something when they're doing something, or whatever the case may be, eventually if you lose trust in someone, it doesn't even have to be a spouse, it could be a friend, whatever. When you lose trust in someone, when you lose faith in you guys' relationship, you lose confidence, a lot of times you just have to make that decision to basically really move on. And so, you know, unfortunately, a lot of things that kind of go on internally, it really kind of hurt the morale of the morale between the leaders and the morale of the company overall. You know, the allegations that caused me to be terminated are some of the same allegations that we as leaders collectively have pushed into the hands of the compliance department, and a lot of our emails never got returned. And so a lot of those people are still within the company. They're still doing the deceptive things that they've been doing. And then, you know, you have some people who were doing it internally. You have some people who were doing the same things that they claimed that I was doing, but they're still there. And so, I mean, just like in corporate America, you know, you have people who, I mean, there's favoritisms everywhere. You know, we have teachers' pets when we're kids and just different things like that. And I mean, I understand, but you know, at the end of the day, any top earner who is not afraid to do so can send you a screenshot of their back office, and they can show you all of the volume that they've lost. They can show you the teams that they have lost. We have not had an actively working reports tab in our back office since the system came out in October. And so while we're losing all of these people, we're losing all of this volume, we have no way to try to figure out how to contact our people or anything like that. And it just basically got to the point where, you know, everybody just reaches their breaking point at some point in time, and I just finally reached mine. I mean, everybody pretty much knows that in April, I was about 8 people away from being a founder 7. As of last month, I ended the month at 11,400 in volume. Okay, so I basically went from almost 82,000 in volume to 11,400. That volume I haven't seen since July of last year. And like I said, if you don't believe me, ask some of the top earners and see if any of them have the guts to send you a picture of their back office, because most of them probably won't. But it is what it is, you know. And to be honest with you guys, for a while, for a few months, I was actually thinking about exiting the industry as a whole, because while these things are going on, you know, you start to question your abilities as a leader. You know, am I doing something wrong? Like, what is it? But as I started reaching out to other people, and I started seeing other people who were my ranks, higher, lower, whatever, complain about the same things, I started to realize, well, obviously it's not me. And if the common denominator, if we are not financially attached, is the company, then it's the company. Pretty much all of the people who I am connected to, when we compare our volumes and different things like that, we're losing the same percentage of volume for the most part. And that's kind of weird, especially when you're not financially attached to someone, you know. And so basically all of these different things going on, just, you know, people are deciding to do what they want to do. There have been plenty of top earners or leaders to leave to go to other companies. Some have come back, some have not. But what really is very frustrating and irritating is the fact that, you know, it's one of those things where almost like people don't want you to win unless you're winning with them type of thing, you know. So some decisions, understand that as top earners and leaders, it's kind of hard. And I even had a couple of people on my team like, well, why didn't you tell us these things were happening before? What you guys have to understand is some of us have been in so long that we've come from a company that had practically no issues besides the search bar not working. And so when you have your first 7 months of your journey within a company to be that way, and then you pretty much, you know, the first maybe like 3 or 4 months of going through issues, it's like, okay, whatever, you know, maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll come back. Okay, they're telling me they're doing this, so maybe it'll come back. But eventually you just have to stop. I don't really want to say sipping the Kool-Aid, because I don't want to make it seem like they're lying about it. But what I'm saying is eventually you just have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your team. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a company hopper. This is only my second company that I've ever been in. WakeUpNow was my second company being in this industry. And I've been in the industry almost 2 years. And I really would have liked for this to be my home, but unfortunately, because of the internal issues, because of the things that have been going on, and like I said, all of the politics and the favoritism and all of that, those different things, they kind of all play a part. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes decisions have to be made. I'm not mad at WakeUpNow's decision to terminate me whatsoever. If that's what they feel like was best for them and their company, then that's kind of on them. But like I said, all of these issues can be validated by any top earner and any leader. And so if anyone wants to bash me because of this video of me telling the truth, I mean, it kind of is what it is. Just ask them to show you their back offices, and if they don't, well, then you know who's telling the truth. So I just feel like I needed to air all of this stuff out. I really hope that this doesn't mess up any relationships that I've built with people, whether they're leaders or, you know, they haven't got to that point now. I really hope that it doesn't upset anybody, because I decided to be that person, to be the voice, because I've built such great relationships with other people that were in the same boat as me, that I know that a lot of people might be too afraid to speak out on it. But I mean, it just kind of is what it is. So I hope that this really kind of cleared everything up for you guys. And that's really just it. So I mean, I'm really excited to see everybody, you know, succeed in their endeavors, whether it's Wake Up Now, whether it's any company that's out here. My whole thing is choose the company that works for you, and sometimes you have to make the decision to do other things and do what's best for you and do what's best for your teams and the people that are around you. So I really wish all of you well, and I will continue to watch you guys on your journey just as you're doing mine. Bye.